This is Puerto Rican Panorama, a program that explores the challenging issues, cultural diversity, and multinational heritage of the Delaware Valley Latino community. And now, here's your host, Diego Castellanos.
And today we're talking about Concilio. You've heard of Concilio, right? Everybody has. It's the oldest Hispanic organization in Philadelphia or in the Delaware Valley, as far as I know. And I'd like you to meet the brand new director, Adonis Banegas.
Yes.
We'll find out more about Adonis in a minute, but we also have with us a board member of Concilio, and he is Mike Garcia. Concilio. I can't believe that there's anyone out there who's never heard of Concilio, but just in case, tell us what Concilio is.
Yes. Well, thank you, Diego, for having us on. Concilio is a nonprofit social service agency that has been in existence since 1962. So that's why a lot of people know about Concilio, because it's been around for more than 5 decades. We are an agency that provides a various amount of direct social services in the community, primarily the Latino community. That's how it began, focusing its efforts on giving services to the Puerto Rican community in the North Philadelphia area. Through the years, it's changed to reflect what the needs are in the community, as well as always having a cultural heritage aspect to it. So a lot of people know Concilio now for the work that we do in the community, but also for the Hispanic events that we do in the community. We are known for doing the Hispanic Fiesta down by Penn's Landing every summer, as well as the annual Puerto Rican Parade that has been going on for many, many years. And that has been supported for the longest time by the Latino population and always been spearheaded by Concilio.
Was Concilio the very first agency established to help the Hispanic community, or were there others before that?
So it's a grassroots organization that started. It is one of the first Latino-serving organizations in not only Philadelphia but Pennsylvania as a whole, in which the community got together and said, we need a voice, we need somebody to speak for us, and a group of Puerto Ricans, Latinos from the community came together and started advocating for the rights and the needs of the people, and that's how Concilio started. So through those efforts, they banded together. They were able to create programming to get people out of the poverty that they were in, the crime and violence that the police were going against them at the time in the 60s and 70s. And through that efforts, it just built up to being able to provide more services, to now at a place where we're at, where we're offering different kinds of health education and health services for the community, victims awareness programs for the community, immunizations so that the community is aware of what their kids need to be having in terms of the shots and flu shots that they need to have, housing counseling, so people are not getting going through fraud when it's time to buy a house or when they're going through bankruptcy. So just to be educated on all the different aspects about what is available to them. Mm-hmm. One of the largest programs that we have now, and for several years now, is our foster care program. Foster care is a huge need in the city of Philadelphia, and Concilio is one of the agencies that are right up there trying to place these children into homes, and there's always a need for more foster parents in foster homes. So our role is to identify where these homes are, get people trained so that they can receive these children. But our efforts are still, there's not enough beds for the children that are out there, so we're continuously working to make that happen.
Foster care. Say more about that, because this is a foreign word to a lot of us.
Absolutely.
We cannot imagine children not having a family. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of orphans out there, some of which are in the wrong hands, in the wrong families, simply because that's the way it went.
Absolutely.
And that's a serious concern.
Very serious. It's always the intent of any family to have the child stay with the parents. Mm-hmm. When that's not the case, when the child is no longer safe, it's the right of the city to remove that child from that dangerous situation and put them in a place where they can feel safe, and the child can have an opportunity to succeed. So what our agency does is we go out in the community and identify adults, families that are willing to accept children into their homes. So we do a very rigorous background check on the individual to make sure that the house is safe. We identify any training opportunities that they may need, whether it's parent education, CPR, just to get them ready to have the child come into the house. And once we identify that it's safe for the child to come, we consider that house to be open, and then we start receiving referrals from the city where the foster child will come in, and then we can be able to identify a house for them.
That's an important program. But say a little bit about some of the other programs you have.
Sure. So along with foster care, when foster care is temporary, right? It's only supposed to be for a short amount of time. But then the idea is to get...
Mike, you can pitch in.
He's doing a great job.
So with foster care, it's supposed to be for a short amount of time. But once we identify that the child may not be going back into the house, we start to work with adoption and getting the child to a home for the life, for the long run, so more permanent. So we have an adoption program as well. And with that, we work with the families to get through all the paperwork and get them where they need to be in order to adopt the family.
Do you run any programs that would help people gain employment? Like train them? Yeah,
we have various training opportunities. We have our parent education program, which of course those skills can be translated into anything. We offer CPR. If you're looking into getting CPR training, we offer that for a very low cost. And with CPR, you can use that in any field. And then we have our beautiful facility, which has open space with computer usage, and a lot of people do come in there to use our space to look for jobs, and they get assistance from the staff in order to update their resumes and to get connected to potential jobs.
Job placement is very important.
Very important.
How do you do that?
Well, again, we assist the people as they walk in, as needed. So we do have the free form where they can come in and use our technology to get online and stuff. But as an agency, we always offer volunteer opportunities, internship opportunities. So whereas we may not have a position for them right there and then, they can learn the skills that they need through volunteering or through internships.
That is very important, because employers won't hire you if you don't have experience.
Right.
But if you haven't had a job, you don't have experience.
Right.
But the answer to all that is volunteer. Volunteering will get you that experience that will help you to get a job. So I'm glad your agency is doing that.
Absolutely, and we have all of that information on our website at elconcilio.net. We look for hundreds of volunteers every year, not only for our Hispanic festivals like the Hispanic Fiesta, which we need hundreds of volunteers just for those 2-day events. The Puerto Rican Parade, we need volunteers for those events.
Give us that website one more time.
Sure, it's www.elconcilio.net. And in there, it actually has a volunteer application that people can fill out.
You also have a telephone number that people can call. Well, obviously, everybody has a telephone.
Absolutely.
But people who don't have access to the web, don't have access to a computer, can call you at what number?
They can reach us at 215-627-3100. And again, all they can say is they're interested in volunteering or an internship, and then we can give them more information about that.
And they can call in any language,
English or Spanish.
English or Spanish.
Correct.
Okay, we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes to continue the conversation.